welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix, and yes, it is the weekend Keeping It Real with KC show. Okay, I was debating what I want to do or wanted to do for the weekend show. I didn't know if I was going to do a wacky news weekend, a movie recommendation, or what, but I just decided to do a recap of everything because I know my listeners to my podcast didn't get what they usually get because I was doing the tarot card readings throughout the week of Monday through Thursday, wrapping those up. And then I didn't do a show Friday because for my other channel, I didn't do a show for Friday as well. So I was just like, okay, I'm taking Friday off. But starting Monday, everything will be back to normal. But I thought it would be fun to discuss the whole tarot card reading thing and how and why I've added it to Keeping It Real with KC as another supplement to the show. One thing is because I like to keep things fresh. I like to keep things, new and going. So that was one of the biggest reasons. I was like, okay, the other reason that was a huge reason, as I mentioned before in some of my previous episodes, and for those who have listened to my show who have been long-term listeners, they know that I've brought up tarot card readings before, as in I watch them. And you know how you just gravitate to something, and that's what happened. And I'll be honest with you guys, as much as I enjoy doing the show, as much as I enjoy doing the daily thoughts or the wacky news or covering the sports or covering the movie recommendations or talking about entertainment or just lifestyle stuff in general. The strange thing is that when I was doing some of those readings, I haven't felt so alive in such a long time. Like, you know how you do something, it just brings a smile to your face type thing? Because one thing, especially when it's new, you're enjoying it, but also because you're enjoying it so much, you may not have had that much fun in a while, and then you do, and it sort of catches you off guard. That's what happened to me with the tarot card readings. Now, the readings were a double-edged sword, where even though I had a lot of fun, for some of the readings, the energy still stuck with me. And that can be heavy when energy stays with you. Like with Leo's reading, which that seems to be the most successful video out of the readings thus far, for the January Leo reading. That energy stuck with me, even though Leo didn't give any likes. And that's weird. Libra's video also stuck with me. That energy stuck with me. And they gave some likes on that. And Libra did good on the viewership and stuff. And not that I get all bogged down in who watches the videos and things of that nature, but I glance at it from time to time just to see sort of where people's heads are at on things. And for the most part, there were signs that really enjoyed their readings. And for those who took the time to watch the readings, and for those who took the time to like the videos, for those who took the time to share the videos, for those who took the time to listen to the podcast, because everything that I record, it goes up on the podcast as well. And if you took time to listen to anything on the podcast, I thank you too. Which is more, and I tell people that my podcast is more of my main thing than the video stuff. Even though I want you to watch the videos, watch the videos, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. But I love the podcast too. I feel like I will always have more leeway in the podcast realm than I will in the video realm, if that makes sense. But with all of this being new, it was an amazing experience. And I have more stuff coming that is not tarot card related. So just know something's cooking in the oven. Actually, I got two things cooking in the oven where I'm adding it to the show, where it's gonna be a constant stay in the show. And I'm waiting for one thing to wrap up, and then I can go ahead and make that announcement. And then for the other thing, that will more than likely be later on this summer, is what I'm aiming for. And I'm looking forward to doing it. So for everyone who's been supporting the Keeping It Real with KC show, I sincerely thank you. I really do. And yes, tarot card readings, monthlies will be a permanent stay in the show as a supplement. So when February gets here, I will do the monthly for February. I'm funny about love readings. If I'm doing a general reading and it talks about love, which that's what happened like with Capricorn, that energy stayed with me. Where Capricorn still wanted to marry the devil. It's like the cards were saying, this person is not good for you. But Capricorn still wanted to marry the person anyway. And Capricorn gave some likes on the video. So clearly that video resonated with some Capricorns. Now, whether they are going to marry the person or not, I have no idea. And please keep in mind with tarot card readings, obviously, the videos that are done, they're not going to resonate with every single Capricorn on the planet. It just doesn't work like that. Energy doesn't work like that. But they will resonate with some where they're going through that. In addition to that, energy is fluid. So I did the reading for January, but for a Capricorn that may not come across the video until September, maybe that's when the universe wanted them to find that video, and they just so happen to be going through what the energy I picked up at the time when I did that reading back in January. And then that can resonate with them, and then they can relate to it, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, there's so many things that play a role in this. And I will continue to study tarot cards. I study by reading, and also I study by watching. I watch a ridiculous amount of tarot card videos. And that's why I knew some of the things before I even started reading the books about stuff, because I've seen so many. And I will be honest, that was one of my, I guess you could say, fears, is when I was preparing, getting ready to do my first readings, my very first readings. I was nervous because I'm always in awe how someone can take the cards out and then start telling the story of how they see it. It always amazes me. And I was nervous because I was like, well, when I take the cards out, will I be able to pick up the energy to visualize, to see the story? And when I took the cards out, for the most part, now some things, obviously, they have to be clarified. But in some situations, I just knew what it was. I based off of the card, based off of the energy, I knew what it was. Just like, I think it was Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken, where I don't read reversals, but I needed a clarification card. And one thing that was mentioned with Scorpio, because they were in a relationship with someone who didn't tell them that they had another person, a main person. Basically, Scorpio was the outside person. And the person that Scorpio was dealing with, they were already in a relationship, but they didn't tell Scorpio that. And as I was going through reading everything, I figured it out, and then I pulled cards. One of the cards was the Four of Swords, which was a clue. This was weighing down on Scorpio's spirit. They're going to need some rest. They're going to need to rejuvenate. And I had pulled another card, the Hierophant. That's what it was. I had pulled the Hierophant, which the Hierophant can stand for wedding, ceremonial stuff, but also it can stand, not Hierophant, the High Priestess. The High Priestess. It can stand for, the High Priestess can stand for intuition and for secrets. And I knew right then and there when the High Priestess came out, when I was asking what will happen if Scorpio stays in this relationship, something was telling me there's going to be more secrets. There's going to be more secrets. And that's what I told Scorpio. And then when I was saying what happens if they leave the relationship, and then some cards fell out and something said, take all of the cards. And then in all of the cards, one was the Four of Swords, the other one was the Lovers, the other one was the Knight of Cups, is what it was. And I'm like, this is obvious. And with the Four of Swords, like I said, I don't read reversals, I read energy. I know that this, if there were a reversal, it would be reversed. It would be that in order for them to get rid of that weight on their spirit, they need to leave the relationship. And if they leave the relationship, that's what will happen. So I interpreted it as a reversal based off of the energy. And then with the Lovers and the Knight of Cups, that's saying that new love will come in. And it was just a lot of moments, a whole lot of moments. Same thing with, I told you with Libra, when I got the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, passionate conflict with the Seven of Swords starting it off where something was taken. Something was taken. Aquarius started off with the Seven of Swords, but it was a different energy. I felt like with Aquarius, they needed to watch what was going on. I didn't feel like something was taken from Aquarius. With Libra, I felt something was taken off the bat. That was the energy that I just picked up. So the cards are fascinating. They're fascinating. And yeah, next go round, it will be more organized where it doesn't, my goal is not to cut into the week because I like to do my daily thoughts during the week. My goal will be to do 6 one day and 6 the other day, which will more than likely be Saturday and Sunday, and do that. So that's the goal for February. And as for love readings, I'm against it, but at the same time, people are really into love readings. People really are. And I guess because everyone wants to be loved. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean. A lot of people, they're searching for love. And I think that's why they gravitate towards love readings. So I may do that only because I had such an amazing experience with the general readings. Now, if I decide to do the love readings, which, like I said, I'm leaning towards it. I was kind of against it at first, but after everything that happened, I'm kind of leaning towards it because I had so much fun. I will, if I decide to do the love readings, it may not be on a weekend. I may throw some out during the week or something like that. I don't know. I have to figure out how I would incorporate that into the show is what I would have to do. But I'm still going to do wacky news weekends from time to time. I'm still going to do movie recommendations. I will still do daily thoughts. I will still do sports as well. I'll still do entertainment stuff, which I was almost tempted to talk about Kanye and Kim today. I was almost tempted to talk about that today because with their astrological signs, because Kim is a Scorpio and Kanye is a Gemini. And I'm not talking about one or two. Over my lifetime, I've seen a lot of relationships where one was a Scorpio and one was a Gemini. And one thing about that type of relationship, they fight hard and they love hard. So it can go really, really good or it can go really, really bad. So yeah, my heart goes out to them because you don't want to see anybody get a divorce. People don't want to see, at least I would hope people don't want to see that. So I hope everything works out for them. I don't know them personally, but I hope everything works out for Kim and Kanye when it comes to that. But yeah, I think that's all I have for my recap. Thank you to everyone who, again, took the time to watch the videos, who took the time to like the videos, who took the time to share if you shared, who took the time to also listen on the podcast, to the audio, because all you're hearing, if I'm going through the cards, you're not seeing anything on the podcast. You're just hearing me talk about it. You're not seeing me pull out the Empress or the Queen of Swords or the Hangman or the Judgment card or the Knight of Wands or the Three of Cups or whatever. You're not seeing that. You're just hearing me talk about it. And that's another thing too before I go. One final thing. When I do monthlies, I doubt they will be short. And I like short readings. And if I have the time, I'll watch long readings, which I do. One I'm about to watch actually when I finish with this. The reading that she did was an hour long. And I think it's Baba Jolie or whatever her name. I think it's Babajolie is what I think her YouTube channel is. And hers are usually 45 minutes to an hour long. But she's really, really good with what she does. And she's very interesting. So I don't mind watching that. I know some people are like, oh, 25 minutes, oh, 30 minutes. That's too long. I get it. I understand. It's just for me personally, when I'm doing a monthly reading, a proper monthly reading is 8 cards. That is a proper monthly reading. Now, everyone has their own style. Everyone has their own style. You can read how you want to read. You can do a past, present, and future and do 3 cards and then what the main theme is or whatever, which would be 4 total. And then you can do other kinds, a Celtic or a Celtic cross or whatever you call it for that. There are many different spreads that you can do. For me personally, I like doing 8 cards for monthly readings. One reason is because 8 is my favorite number. The other reason is because 8 is also the infinity symbol. And the infinity symbol is a very powerful symbol. That is why I like to do 8 cards, to get the full grasp of things. So that's why it can take 25, 30 minutes to lay all of it out. And if I need clarifiers, where for some I didn't, for some I did, then I'll use clarifiers. If I need or want an oracle card, I will pull one. If I want an inspiration or need an inspiration card, I will pull one. Everything is based off of the energy within that moment in time when I do energy readings with the cards. But when it's all said and done, I had a blast. And I thank you for everyone who came out and watched and supported and did that. It really means a lot to me. So starting Monday, next week, back to my daily thought. Long as we see Monday, I don't take any day for granted. But yeah, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Also, this podcast is on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and many others. KIRWKC on Twitter, Facebook.com/KIRWKC. If you're watching this on YouTube or Daily Motion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell for YouTube. That will let you know when I upload new videos, regardless of whether they're tarot card readings, daily thoughts, sports, entertainment, wacky news weekends, or whatever. And if you can do a like as well, that's awesome. And if you can share, that's even better, because as we all know, sharing is caring. So yeah, anyways, I need to get going. I love you guys. Until next time, be blessed.